Fine. Now, so what we have done today, we have, you can say, Pudimas begin our session, and then after we have started our topic called technical proposal. In this technical proposal, we have seen that what is called technical proposal. Then we have seen the purposes of technical proposal, where we are using proposal, and then we have right now we are seeing the types of proposal. Here there are two types. One is sales proposal and one is research proposal. So we R is, you can say, research or academic. This is our topic. So we are going to see the technical proposal in this research proposal. In this, technical is a part of research proposal. So we are going to see this one. Okay. So now characteristics of, you can say, proposal very quickly we will see, because and this won't come in GTU, but then also I just put this information so that will help you in future. So it demonstrates to appropriate decision maker that their need would be met with. So here, as I told you, be more creative than other forms of professional writing like letter writing, or you can say email writing. This requires some kind of, you can say, creative writing, because we want to convince about our own product, or you can say about about our, you can say, topic or proposal, whatever we the reason, the purpose we are putting proposal, we need to convince the other party. So that is why we should be more creative. So here it permit informality and personal approach in style. To some extent we can use our personal approach here, because as I told you, our motive is to convince, our motive is to pass our proposal. So here we need to keep in our customers convince financial gain and prestige. So it should look neat and attractive, and we have to, you can say, should contain certain kind of, you can say, elements, or you can say all the element. What are the element that we will see as per the structure and as per the requirement we have to follow. Next is, so we have to follow meticulously the requirements of the solicitor, and then we have to anticipate any possible reason for rejection. So we have to be ready that if our project, our sub proposal, there are chances that it may reject. And the most important is, if there is a, if any cost or something is required, just a second, then we should not forget to give cost estimate. Use plain, direct, and unambiguous expression. We have to be clear, and we are not supposed to use any kind of unambiguous terminology. And proposals are generally, you can say, concerned for the most part with future projects. Keep in mind, it is for future project, not for past and present. It is for future projects. So the proposal should be designed keeping in mind the future purpose and usages. So now let me know that is it true or false? Is it true or false? That it is more creative than other forms of professional writing. Is it true? Good. I can see the answers, and it also shows the attentive. You can have you all are attentive during the session. The right answer is true. Yes, as I told you, it is little bit creative. Apart, like it is not like letter or you can say email writing. It is little bit creative, because as I told you, our agenda is to, you can say, convince the solicitor. That is why. So now this is the important thing. The elements of structure, you can see that uh, the preparatory parts, body proposal, and this one is supplementary part. So if this one, you can say, we are using if we require, then only we are using, otherwise we can omit. But these two things are, you can say, compulsory, we have to use. So we will see one by one. First one is preparatory parts in this. it comes title page. First one is the title page. So title of the proposal, name of the person of the company to whom the proposal is submitted, name of the person, or you can say the person who is submitting proposal, the date, and organization has specific format, then we have to follow their format. So the title page of the proposal, you can say similar to the report, you can see it include the, you can see the title, the name of the person or the company to whom the proposal is submitted, and the name of the person who submit the proposal and the date. So these things are required in preparatory part, or you can say title page. Next is letter of transmittal. Here a letter of transmittal includes, you can say, a brief introductory paragraph, a middle paragraph, and you can say concluding paragraph. And that here the topic and the purpose are mentioned in the introductory paragraph. You can see topic and purpose. In the middle part, it highlights the proposal, and in concluding part, it motivates the receiver to give positive response towards the proposal. So here it is called letter of transmittal, or you can say cover letter. You can see that accompanies or bind along with the proposal. This is called letter of transmittal. And in keeping note that if the government organization is there, then letter of transmittal immediately after the title page. We have to add after the title page. Title page, sorry. So this is called letter of transmittal. Now next is draft contract. It is a rough draft of the contract prepared by the proposal. When the proposal is, you can say, accepted, the original or rough draft may change in terms of finance, duration of the project, or you can say it is finalized only when the proposal is accepted. So in rough draft, you can see that it is generally prepared by the, you can say, proposal means the writer who is preparing, who is writing a proposal. And it also it can be varied, it may change in terms of finance, or you can say duration. There are some reasons that the draft can be changed. So that is why first one is a rough part, rough draft, you can say. Next is table of contents. Here it is a brief proposal, you can say, do not require a table of content. If your proposal is brief, then the table of content may not require. And table of content, you can say, similar to an index page in a book. So if you want to see, then you can see the index page of a book. It is similar, it is just like the, you can say, index page of your book. So you can see, you can compare both this thing, you may find the similarities in both of this thing. But keep in mind this thing that yes, that if the proposal is long, then the table of content is compulsory, we need to add. But if it is short, then we can omit this thing. But next is list of tables and figures. Now here it helps the reader to locate the graphic aids, or if any you can say graphics or aids are there, then you can say it will give quick look to the reader. So that is why list of tables and figures are important. Next is executive summary. It gives a quick review of the entire proposal, or you can say a concise version of the detailed proposal. And even you can say if a brief proposal should have an executive summary. So keep in mind this thing that if your proposal is brief also, then also we require executive summary. It means a brief, it means the summary of your proposal. It generally is used to seek again a quick review. Some you can say evaluators will you can say initially read only this summary. It should provide a brief background telling your reader that the need for taking up the project and summarize the objectives and how they will be met and what procedure will be adopted and also the outcome of your project. Then budget figures are, you can say, frequently omitted because the proposal summarizes or you can say abstract may receive, you can say, wise distribution, and the summary generally ends with you can say re-emphasize of the proposal strength. The length of the summary is usually between, you can say, 100 and 300 words depending on the complexity of the proposal. Many proposals, you can say consultants, believe that the executive summary is the most important part of the proposal because it should create a positive impact so as to induce the reader to read more of the proposal. So here you need to think, keep in mind this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Some of the students are not able
Excuse
to
me.
go by, ma'am.
Please slow, please.
I'm not getting.
Please go slow.
Go slow. Okay, I need to. Fine.
Please repeat this executive summary. I'm not understood this thing.
I see on your screen. Executive summary means the summary of your proposal. What it contains, you can see this. Sorry. What it contained the brief background, telling the reader then why you are taking this project. It summarized the objective, then how they will meet and how what way they will meet this objective, what procedure you are going to adopt, and what will be the outcome of the project. So this is called the executive summary, and the length of the executive summary is 100 to 300 words. And why we are writing executive summary? The reason is that to create positive impact. So that is why we are using executive summary. Or you can say a concise version of detailed project. So if somebody does not have time to read the detailed proposal, they can, so then they can directly go to the executive summary, and then on this executive summary they come to know that what kind of proposal is and what kind of, you can say, objective, what kind of you can say method you are going to follow, what kind of procedure will be that, and what will be the outcome. So am I clear? This is called executive summary. In another word we can say the abstract. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we can change the slide. So now let me know that which one is not a prefatory parts. You have seen the list, right? Which one was not the prefatory parts? Yes, I can see the responses. Good, all of you. The answer is cost estimate. Yes, the cost estimate is not the part of the preparatory part, but because it is a part of body. See, body of the proposal. So that is why it is not the part of preparatory parts. It is a part of body of the proposal. So now body of the proposal. Now what will come into the body of the proposal? As we have seen the body of the letter, the same way body of the proposal. Here you can include the problem and need. Problems and need you can there are, so you can say problems that statement clearly specify what it intends to investigate. It should elaborate the existing facilities, procedure, and the shortcoming arising out of it. It should explain why the problem exists and what benefit will come from the proposed research. So that is why we are using, you can use problems in need, you can add. Second thing, in body of the proposal, you can add the background. Background means to provide work completed on the identical or you can say related projects. So you can talk about the previous project, previous work that have been completed, or you can say literature review on the subject, particularly the proposal's evolution of them. Next is statement showing how the proposal will build on the already completed projects and research. Now, if I say in brief that it background means, say for example, if you are working on some kind of project, then you can give the literature review, or you can say talk a background means you can give the references, you can talk about the you can say the work has been done on the same project, on the same projects by others. So you can talk about this thing that this work has already been done, but what are the loopholes and where the fund, what was their finding and what they have achieved. So you can talk about the previous project on the same topic. Are you getting my point, all of you? Background means the previous thing. Fine. So we can move ahead. Next is purpose. So you can also talk about the purpose, and in your purpose you can clearly state the purpose, often stated in infinitive form. Infinitive means in a form of to. You can see the example: to provide the required training for the newly employed graduates. So you can use infinitive here. So this is called purpose. Purpose means why we are using, the reason behind this proposal. Yes, Udit, do you have any question? I can see your mic is on. Udit, Udit. Next, you can talk about scope in and limitations. So what are the scope of your proposal, as well as the same time you also discuss the limitation of this proposal, or you can say limitation of your proposed research, or or you can say proposed plan. Here you can define the boundaries of the project, because each and every project has some kind of boundaries. So it specifies which topic will be outside its scope, and the writer of the proposal has an ethical and legal obligation to clarify to the client the limits of his or her responsibility. So you need to be clear whenever you are proposing something, that what kind of you can say things you are, what will be the scope of you can say of this proposal, because this is the legal way, or you can say ethical way. You need to clarify about the, you can say, scopes as well as the limitations. If I say in a detailed way, then for example, if I'm just
Excuse me, ma'am.
the yes,
Your screen is not visible, ma'am.
my screen is not visible. How this
Yes, ma'am.
comes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, visible.
Visual, ma'am.
Visible, ma'am. Visible.
Because I can see.
Visual, ma'am.
So those who are unable to see my screen, please check your setting. There might be some problem with internet or some kind of setting. So okay, fine. Because I can see the screen clearly. Now here, I'm giving going to give you one example. Say for example, uh, the proposal owner, you can say this is study should, you can say clearly certify, you can say specify whether It will study one or more areas of, or you can say community, company, or you can say particular problem. So this is the please mute your mic. Who is doing this? Who is you can say doing this thing? I can see clearly the, you can see the screen. So please let me finish this thing, and then you can ask the, you can say question or queries, or you can say if you have any doubts regarding this, because it creates disturbance. That is why I'm telling. Please keep your mic mute. Just a second. Where were we? Just a second. Yes. Say for example, as I'm going to as I am telling, so the somebody asked the example, that real life example. Harshit, this is a technical proposal. In this technical proposal, you can't get real life example. Am I clear? Are you getting my point? Real life, you are not, in real life you are not doing everything, because this is not something like that you are doing every day. For real life example, I can give example like I'm already given example, like for you can say a contractor sending a proposal to government, or you can say a researcher may send the proposal in business. Yes, see, these are sending a business proposal. In business they are using, and technical proposals, the word itself suggests a technical. It is not, it is formal thing, it is not informal thing that you are facing every day. Then also, if you require example, then I can say that, for example, surveys, if you want to survey area, then again you need to give, you need to prepare proposal. For example, if you want to plan and to construct something, then again you need to prepare a proposal and you need to submit. Say for example, you can say to train international managers for work in foreign countries. So these are the examples where we require proposal. Or you can say if you are in masters, you need to prepare proposal. Yes, COVID-19 survey, this is good example. Or you can say for example, if you are in masters, you need to prepare a research proposal for your project. Or in say in 8th semester, in 6th semester, if you are going to propose something, again you require to prepare proposal. Or you can say if there will be any government grant, or you can say any government researches are going on. For example, if you are going for PhD postdoc, and then again you need, if you want scholarship, or if you want, if you can say any kind of grant, then again you need to prepare proposal. So there we require proposal. Ma'am, proposal should be in written form or in form of PPT. See, Bajrang, I'm teaching right now, so I can't. I have to prepare a PPT to teach you. But proposal should be in a, you can say, type format, and you can use Word, MS Office Word, or you can say WPS, whichever is available. But it should be submitted in a typing format. At the end, I will give you. Yes, I will give you at the end. I will give you sub format, as well as I will give you the examples of the proposal. Okay, I will share PPT. This PPT is just to explain, but proposal, the example of proposal, I will share. And if you want to study like that way, then I do not mind. It will save my time to prepare this PPT. I do not mind this thing. You can say save my time, because to prepare PPT it takes time. So it will be well and good if you want to learn through the example, directly example. Now the limitations. So this is there might be some limitations. So it describes the restriction over which the proposer has no control, such as non availability of some classified information or something. These are there might be some limitation, so it is necessary that you mention the limitations. Second thing is that project team and personal, you can include this one in this listing of the people who will work on the project, and include the project directors and coordinators. So here you need to mention that how many of people are, you can say, involved with the same project, whether it is, you can say, you single-handed project, and if you are required the help of any team members, then you need to mention the number of the person as well as the name of the person, and if possible then brief, you can see the brief resume of each individual, and in this you need to mention the professional achievement as well as the experience of the person that you need to prepare, that you need to submit, and that you need to attach, because so they come to know that how many of the of, you can say, manpower is required, as well as how many team members are there. Apart from this, you can also include the procedure, or you can say method and source, sampling method, or you can say data collecting, which way you are going to proceed. Then you can talk about the plan of attack, means methodology adopt to carry out the project. Here you need to talk about the method and sources, how you are going to use the sources, and then what kind of plan you will work, and then subsequence of activities. It shows that the clear phase of activities of the project. Say for example, let me give an example. Say you have to say for example, if your project duration is around, you can say, 6 month or 1 year, then you should have a clear cut plan that within a 1 month you will find this thing, or you can say your project will be there, you will achieve this kind of thing within a month, or you can say within a 2 month this work will be finished, or within a 3 month you will finish this work, or you can say this problem. So this is called the planning, or you can say method, source, and subsequence of activities that you need to prepare planning. So if we talk about the method and am I clear, or else I need to discuss more about the method and sources and plans of attack and everything? Am I clear, or you require more information so I can give more information regarding this topic? All of you, go ahead, or if you require more, then I can give more examples. Okay, fine. So let me say that in method and sources, you need to tell the reader the method and sources which you will be using to collect the required, you can say, statistical data for your project. It may also include, you can say, discussion on the, you can say, reliability of the sources from which you would be obtaining the required information, or data of the, you can say, various tasks to be accomplished in your project. For example, if you are submitting a proposal to offer your software consultancy service to some other organizations, so you may have to discuss in this part the, you can say, journals which you had consulted, the personal whom you had interviewed to understand the existing problem, and also the authorities whom you had met to discuss the legal issues. Am I clear? Are you getting my point? So you need to discuss the, you can say, the journals you had consulted, and you also you can discuss the person whom you interviewed to understand this existing problem, and you also discuss the authorities whom you had met to discuss regarding the legal issues. So am I clear? Fine. Yes, Manish is asking that we have to write proposal at the exam. Yes, you have to write proposal at the exam, but they are not going to ask you to write the whole proposal. They will I will let you know this right now. I am teaching not just for exam point of view, but I am just teaching for overall. So because that will help you to prepare proposal in sixth semester, or you can say eighth semester, or in future. But for exam point of view, I will let you know at the end that what you have to write during the exam. I will tell you during that exam how in exam this question will be asked and what kind of information you need to present during the examination. Am I clear? I'm just teaching right now because that will help you. This is the part of our syllabus as well as that will help you in future. That's why I'm teaching. Otherwise, if you want to learn only for exam point of view, then again, as I told you, it may save my time. It will save my time and energy. We can directly talk regarding exam point of view only. But I doubt that if I teach like that way, then again I don't think so that it ultimately it will give long run success. So now this is your choice because it is your choice what way you want to learn. Otherwise I will tell you know that you know this will ask in exam and you have to prepare like that way. I can directly give you the example or you can say format of the question and answer. That way you need to ask and that way they will ask and that way you need to prepare. So this is up to you.
Ma'am, in procedure, any more addition step of steps
What is the step difference? What kind of
means
steps
just like methods and resources. Any more addition,
or more addition? What?
ma'am? What are the or many steps that you have? Any it may be included in the procedure.
Well, I'm not getting what you are asking. That what is the edition? Edition means what? This is not the book. First edition, second edition, third edition will come.
Ma'am, not addition. It's some means what to add in this procedure.
So I told you, na, I already explained. That what you explained that na, you can include. You need to inform. You need to include the journal, which for example you can include. It is up to the subject. You can include as per the for example you can include the journal which you had consulted, journal, you can say reference books, or you can say personal whom you met, you have taken interview, you if you have met any legal person to so that so you come to know about the legal issues and legal authorities. This thing you can include.
Okay, ma'am.
This I'm repeating. I think three or four, third or fourth time. If I'm not wrong, then this thing I'm repeating third or fourth times that you can include these and these things. So in you can say next is in plan of attack. You can require to prepare methodology you would adopt to carry out the project. If you are you can say submitting a proposal for setting up, for example I'm giving example now, Bajrang and all of you please listen it carefully because again you will ask. Say for example if you are preparing a proposal for solar water heating system in a university campus, say for example your task a proposal like this one, then you have to explain each step of your processes, starting from procedure material to installation of the system. You can say divide the section further into various small headings such as material system, overview, installation details, etc. So in short, this section provide, you can say present the various solutions available for the problems and the one you have the chosen or you can say justifying the reason for selecting the same. So here you need to just talk about the methodology from beginning to end, that which way this project will work. Now in sequence of activities, again this section will, you can say, pertains to managing the, you can say, uh, jobbing questions by means the grant chart, or you can say milestone chart. You can present to your client, you can say a clear, or you can say a clear picture of the phases of activities of the project and how long each phase will take. The intentions here is not only to guide the reader, but also to enable you to, you can say, proceed systematically so with your project. So that is why you can use chart, you can use pictures, you can use, you can say, milestone charts, so your client come to know. If you are using proposal for your client, then they come to know that which kind of, what kind of, you can say, phases of the activity will be there. Am I clear, all of you? Now the procedure. In this procedure, equipments, facilities, and products. You can talk regarding equipments, facilities, and process products. So you have to talk about existing as well as the additional facilities which may be needed. Here you may explain, as I told you, existing as well as the future facilities which may be needed. You may also elaborate upon the infrastructure by, you can say, listing all the equipment, product facilities, etc. You are going to use as well as you have. In addition, you may give, you can say, detailed list with which mention all those things which are necessary for your job, or you can say for your proposal. So what things you will be required? For example, equipment, facilities, products. For example, resources. If you require any lab, if you require any some kind of machinery, some kind of tools, then you need to prepare a list. This is called procedure.
And this is what I am asking was.
But you are asking the right question at the wrong time. This question, what we were dealing with, we were dealing with methods and sources. We were not dealing with the, you can say, tools and, you can say, the materials. We are not talking about this thing at that time. Now this point comes. So you first listen and go through everything, and then you can ask the question. At the end, I always give time to ask question. But in the beginning, if you ask question, then again it wastes, or you can say, your time as well as my time. You can definitely ask the query and question, and I always give time and I always ask. But while I'm teaching, you ask the wrong question. You ask the right question. I'm not telling you the question was wrong. You asked the right question, but your timing was wrong. You asked the right question at the wrong time. Now, in the personal, if we talk about the personal, this section, you can say, present the detail of, you can say, manpower requirement to complete the project. It also elaborates the technical expertise your personnel have to accomplish the project. The team organize of a project also can be, you can celebrate upon here as to who would be the chief coordinator, who would be the co-investigator, etc. But you can also include the company profile in this section. The proposer also provides the, you can say, for example, if you require any kind of manpower, then you need to prepare a detailed list. As I told you, the chief coordinator, investigator, if you require some extra manpower, then you need to prepare a list of each and every personnel. Here we talk about, don't now ask me that. Here we also inform, but here we inform about the team members, that how many team members are working on the same project. But here, if you require, if you here you need to mention the role of each and every member, that who is the coordinator, who is the chief investigator. You need to talk about their role. Am I clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the difference. So here, now let me, this is called budget and estimate. But I think we have 11:30. So sorry, now you have another session and I also have another session. So we have to end today's session. Yes, attendance. Today we have to take attendance. Hurry up. I just forget. Please, anyone, if something sometimes happen like this one, then please, anyone give me reminder that ma'am, now there is uh, when there will be 11, 20 or 25, please let me know that so we can conclude the session. Otherwise, I do not know about the timing given. Okay, so please let me know when this thing happen. Sorry, I will take 2 minutes extra. Just a second, wait. So we are going to continue with the same thing in our next session, miss, or you can say in next week we have to continue, as we couldn't finish this topic in this lecture. I'm just a second. Those who had to prepare the beginning and ending session, I'm just telling you, after Purnima, Rabindra is not there, Rahul is not there. Shravan, please don't send any kind of emojis. Rajkumar and Rishabh Raj, both of you please ready. Raj, you have to prepare the beginning of the session. Raj,
Ma'am,
okay.
Ravindra is joined, ma'am.
Rabindra join. Rabindra, now I don't have time, so please, can you please continue tomorrow then?
मैम जो आज पढ़ाई हुआ है इसके बारे में कि जो पूरा चैप्टर है इसके बारे में
जो आज पढ़ा है वही करना, ठीक है? ओके, नाउ हरी अप. अभिषेक सिंह, absent. Abhishek Singh is here. Why Abhishek? You are I can. Sorry, you are here. Fine. I am going to put absent. Fine. Alok Kumar. Alok Kumar. हरी अप गाइस, अदरवाइज मेरा और आपका दोनों का टाइम थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाएगा. मुझे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, लेकिन आपका भी थोड़ा टाइम मैं ले लूंगी. मुझे लेक्चर भी है बाद में. अमोद कुमार, अविनाश, हर्षित, शंकर, शंकर, मणिरत्न, मनीष, Rabindra, can I speak? Rabindra, at the end, I wait for some time. Niti Kumari, absent. Purnima,
मैम मनीष present.
absent.
मैम मेरा भी प्रेजेंट है.
पूर्णिमा, देख लो बेटा, मैंने कर दिया. पूर्णिमा, प्रेजेंट. रविंद्र, राहुल, राज, ऋषभ राज, सदाशिव, शिबू, शिबू, absent. शिल्पी, सोनाक्षी, सुनीता, विपुल, अभिषेक, अरमान, अरमान,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ओम प्रकाश, पंकज, सौरभ, उदित, अभिराज, राज,
Yes, ma'am.
अभिषेक, जयशंकर, जयशंकर,
Jankar.
Hey Shankar, I please, this is the manners that if you mark absent, then let me know at the end. Why are you disturbing everyone? Alsef, absent. Aman, present. Amit, Ankit, Ankit, Aryan, Ashish, Bajrang, Bhumika, Brajesh, Chandan, they absent. Divyanshu, Gagan, Gagan, Ashish, Kumari Priyanka, Mananjay, Manish, Rahul, Rajiv, Roshan, Ravi, Rinku, Rohini, Ruma, Ruma, Shravan, Sonu, Sonu, Sonu Kumar, Umang, Vicky, Vinay, Akash, Akash. So now those who are absent, let me know. Let me know those who are absent. I mark absent. Hey Shankar, Shibu, Om Prakash, present. Alsef, Ankit, Aryan, Gagan, Ruma. These are the absent students. So these are the absent students. Just a second.